Andrew Tate is not guilty. I'm JJTP, a lawyer, not your lawyer, here to play the devil's advocate. And by the devil, some of you really believe he really is the devil. So let's talk about it. This is not a planned video. I'm actually just getting ready to go out for New Year's Eve, but I keep seeing so many social media posts from experts who seem to think that they know everything, but don't know very much at all. So let's talk about the actual facts. So, this involves a very sensitive topic, and it involves a lot of words I can't say on social media, but I'm going to try to get through this. So let's first talk about what actually happened and who's involved. One of the first allegations I keep hearing is that he was arrested for, can't say that word, terrorism, fill in the blanks, because that's the unit that arrested him. But that unit also is responsible for organized crime as well, and that's what he's actually being accused of. The actual allegations that Andrew, along with his brother Tristan and 2 other Romanian nationals, recruited women by misrepresenting their feelings towards these women to bring them in to create pornographic content. The truth is, Andrew said as much himself on social media on multiple occasions.
And by absolute coincidence, I stumbled upon somewhere on the internet that hot girls want to talk to you now or something. I said, hot girls. So I clicked on that, not because I was interested, but because I thought I have hot girls. And it was one of those webcam websites. And I was like, so these girls sit here and talk to dudes for money. So I'm going to get my girls. So I messaged all 5 of my girlfriends, told them I had a job for them, explained to them what I was going to do. I was going to launch this company. 4 of them agreed. All 4 flew in, sat around the same table. They were all like, who's she, who's she, who's she? I'm like, well, you're all my girlfriends. 2 more left. And then 2 stayed. And that was the beginning of my little attempt at a webcam empire.
It's now claimed that that is tea-picking, and the Romanian authorities claim that they've been in contact with 6 alleged victims and have issued a press release, which I have right here. It's from this press release where I'm getting my information, but I'm not going to read it to you because I want you to read it for yourself so you can make your own decisions. So, pause to read. I do want to note that the original is actually in Romanian, but for those of us who don't read Romanian, this is a translation that I have, so it is what it is. Another allegation that I heard, and a lie, is that he was going to be extradited, because it seems that people think that the United States wants him for some crime, or the UK, or someone else. That is not the case. The alleged crimes that he committed were in Romania, and he'll be tried by a Romanian court. I am not a Romanian lawyer, so I can't speak to their law. But I think it's very condescending when people believe that the Romanian courts are not competent enough to try their own crimes. People don't seem to understand or know what extradition actually is. It's actually a quite complicated topic. But in essence, extradition is when one country requests another country to send a person from that country back to the first country for a crime they committed in that first country. The alleged offenses that Tate and his co-defendants committed happened in Romania under Romanian law. So he's not going to be extradited to a third country for anything. There is another concept where a person can be deported or declared persona non grata in a country, where they will be removed from that country because they committed an offense. But that's not what this is. But none of this answers the question. Why am I saying that Andrew Tate is not guilty? Because in the Western world, we have a concept where people are innocent until proven guilty. There have been allegations against Mr. Tate, and there have been allegations against Mr. Tate in the past, but he's not been convicted of anything, and therefore, he's not guilty. The problem is, so many people don't like him. They don't like his message, and therefore, he's been convicted in the court of public opinion, but that's not what matters. Mr. Tate has said a lot of things, and how you feel about those things will largely depend on where you fall on the spectrum between red pill and feminism. But in the West, we have another concept, freedom of speech. And you may not like what he said, but he has a right to say that. And you may not like what he thinks, but he has a right to his own opinions, just like you do. Too often, people believe that they have a right to say what they want to say, but when someone says something they don't like, that person should be punished. That's not how freedom of speech works. Mr. Tate has an absolute right to say the things and believe the things that he wants. And I may agree with some of it, and I may not agree with some of it. But none of that has a bearing on whether or not he committed a criminal offense. So while Mr. Tate was in fact arrested based on the allegations against him, and yes, there was probable cause to hold him under Romanian law for an additional 30 days, that does not mean that he's guilty of anything. In one live, I heard someone argue that Mr. Tate was guilty because he was making so much money off these women's activities and not giving them a fair cut. But your boss does too! Your company doesn't split the money they make equally amongst all its employees. Welcome to capitalism. This is not an endorsement of Mr. Tate's activities, nor is it an endorsement of his message. Please, don't cancel me. I needed subscribers. Some would actually argue the reason why I'm making this video now is because I wanted some clout. And to that I would say,
you're goddamn right.
Well, that's it for 2022. I want to squeeze out one last video. I would like to have made a lot more videos in 2022, but circumstances in my life made things a little bit more difficult. I'm hoping for a better 2023, and I hope to see you all then. But in order to do that, you need to like and follow so you can hear more stories in 2023 like